Now, while progressives and the Sunrise Movement are pushing for a climate debate among Democratic candidates, the DNC has just voted, and they have voted against allowing for a climate debate. So the DNC has voted against allowing a climate debate, and they say that they will continue to encourage candidates to participate in a multi-candidate issue-specific forum, with the candidates appearing on the same stage, engaging one another in discussion. But I want to be clear, they're not going to be up on the same stage at the same time. And I think that this is incredibly weak and pathetic, especially considering the fact that this is going to be an issue about an existential threat.
Yeah, sorry, I just want a clarification there. On Thursday, the Resolutions Committee said that they should do that. The DNC even rejected that idea. They rejected a specific debate on this issue, and then they rejected the idea that they could even be on the same stage talking about this one issue, even in a town hall event. Now, we disagree. We're gonna show you how you can make this become a reality in a second. But look, on the one hand, you can say, hey, I get it, everybody wants to debate on their own issue. On the other hand, this is literally an existential issue about whether the planet is going to exist or not. And if you think that it's not relevant that a lot of Democratic politicians still take money from the fossil fuel industry, you'd be wrong. I'm not saying it's dispositive and it's the only reason they did it, but it is among the factors, because what Tom Perez and other people at the DNC will get blowback on is, hey guys, if you have this giant debate or town hall where they're all talking about the problem, they're gonna soon, obviously, in that, when it's not a 30-second answer, they're gonna get to the real problem, which is the fossil fuel industry buying off politicians. But remember, they buy off a lot of Democrats. So we don't want that conversation. Now, none of these news articles can talk about that, but that's part of the reality of why they made this decision.
Right, I mean, look, having a topic-specific debate like this, and look, I think that you're right, the progressives are right in separating this issue, which is a crisis, from everything else. This is something that deserves a dedicated night of debate. And not only are they concerned about donors who might not like that debate, I think they're also concerned about the fact that you have a bold progressive like Bernie Sanders with an incredibly bold and progressive proposal with the Green New Deal, written in actual legislation this time, and doing, like, juxtaposing that bold behavior with what you see from the weak sauce establishment Democrats, further exacerbates the damage done to people like Biden.
Anna makes a great point. Look, I'm gonna tell you how you can do something about this in 1 second. But remember, the leader of the Democrats in the House is Nancy Pelosi, and she said it's the green dream or whatever they call it. So she doesn't want to do the Green New Deal. Democratic leadership does not want to do the Green New Deal, so why would they let the DNC vote to have a conversation where the Green New Deal would be discussed and popular? So they want to end that conversation because of the corruption. All right, so what can you do about it? Look, we're stepping up. A lot of people have reached out to us since then saying, can you guys do the town hall? The answer is yes. Now, the only thing preventing us from doing the town hall, honestly, is money. So you got to put together a huge venue, enough to fit the candidates. You got to invite all the candidates. You got to bring great moderators, and I think we can do all of the above. Our issue is always resources. So we're doing tyt.com/town hall. Now, look, it's 100% up to you guys. If we raise $100,000, I think we can do all of the above. And now I have a plan, because part of the problem is a lot of the major candidates, if they attend something that is not DNC sanctioned, get banned from the rest of the debates. So they don't want to do that. But right now, there's about 8 to 10 candidates who are probably never going to make any of the debates that are left because the threshold has been set too high. So since they got nothing left to lose, could they attend a town hall that we put together if we've got all of the proper resources, cameras, etc., all the things that you need to broadcast it to everybody? I think there's a pretty good chance that they can and that they will. And then if 10 of the candidates attend, that is going to create enormous pressure on the leading candidates to break the blockade. And what happens if Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren go, I'm going? What are you going to do? Ban me from all the debates? they're not gonna ban them. All hell would break loose. So if the DNC doesn't like it, I don't really care. So why do they come to us? Why do people who care about this say the Young Turks should do it? Because if you do this, then the DNC also bans the media organization. No problem. Okay, CNN might care, ABC might care about getting banned by the DNC. We don't care. We're home of progressives, okay? So if you guys, if you guys want it, do tyt.com/townhall to raise the money for it, and we will do everything in our power to make it happen. And I think we got a decent amount of credibility that we can make it happen. I want to give you an important caveat first, okay, which is that if, despite our best efforts, the candidates don't show up, well, then it's not gonna happen, right? So then we can't give the money back. If you're uncomfortable with that, I totally get it. There's just no mechanics behind that. We would use it for other TYT town halls and rallies and meetups, and there's gonna be plenty of town halls as we go forward with individual candidates. We'll use the money for a Bernie Sanders town hall, an Elizabeth Warren town hall, whatever you guys want, because you gave the money, and we can have votes on it, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm telling you that most people put it as an asterisk. I'm being very clear about it here, because I can't control the candidates. I think we can make a great pitch. So last thing that's super important about this, we raised $100,000, everybody's gonna wanna be involved. Okay, they're gonna say, whoa, you got $100,000. They don't know. Look guys, our audience raised over $2 million for the Justice Democrats in 2018, but it was basically the best kept secret in Washington. So anytime anybody finds out about it, they're like, you did what? Your audience is what, right? So if you guys raise $100,000 for this town hall, all of a sudden everybody's gonna be talking about, wait, there's that money there sitting there to make this event happen. I bet you if we get to 20,000 in 24 hours, already there's going to be enormous momentum.
I love this. I love every part of this because it applies pressure to the DNC. It proves that Democratic voters care deeply about this issue. And it also, and it's the most important part in my opinion, gets the message out about the different proposals, the different plans, and what needs to be done to combat this very serious problem. So I love this. Look, we do news, but as you know, there's an advocacy and activism arm of this company, and this is the kind of stuff that really does make me proud.
And what we're trying to do with the Young Turks is make it as much audience driven as possible. That's why we emphasize membership, et cetera, so that we're connected to you guys rather than the other financial interests. So if you guys don't want it, then we're not gonna have enough resources and we won't be able to do it. If you do want it, it's a totally different model for how you do business. Our audience wanted this, they funded it, and we put it together. And if anybody else wants to cry about it, that's their problem, not our problem. The people wanted it. What else how much more can we prove it than not petitions, not signatures even, not even showing up in person, which is fantastic. But $100,000 that the audience gave because they want this town hall that badly. That would send a super clear message.
And remember, pressure does work because during the last election, during the primary specifically, the DNC would schedule the primary debates. They were rare and they were always on nights when people wouldn't be home to watch debates. And then they received so much pressure that they added more debates to the schedule. So pressure does work. I love this idea. I hope it works out. And I'm really curious to see how it goes.
We'll have the link down below if you're watching later on YouTube or Facebook. So you can just click on it, tyt.com/townhall. Tell all of our allies, tell all of your allies, friends and family that you know or people in those organizations, let's go make this town hall happen. On the go, don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.